What do you recommend to balance the gut microbiome? I have a protocol for this. It's called Weed Seed Feed, and it is very, very beneficial. So it's a process that you go through over a period of time. Each of these phases should last at least around 2 weeks. But over that period of time, you'll see a huge, huge difference. So the weed phase, this is where you are focusing on reducing down and trying to eliminate the things that are causing the bad bacteria to proliferate. What are the foods and other things in your lifestyle that are causing the bad bacteria to grow and for the good bacteria to not be able to get any sort of foothold? Primarily, that's sugar and gluten and processed food additives and things like that. It's over-the-counter medications. You have to use your own intuition on that one. And junk foods and those sorts of things, but really doubling down on the sugar and the gluten. Both of these are hideous for the gut bacterial balance. So we need to taper off these over a period of 2 weeks and try to stop fueling the fire. Because in the seed process, this is where we're adding the good bacteria in. There's no point doing this if we haven't gone through the weed process. It won't help. If we're still constantly fueling the bad bacteria, putting good bacteria in there is going to be almost useless. So once we've put the source of the food and the fuel for the bad bacteria, we move into the seed process, which is where you are adding in ideally naturally occurring bacteria, things like kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, all those fermented foods, kefir, that are going to naturally, in those beautiful natural quantities and all the different types of bacteria that are naturally forming, going in there. You can use a probiotic supplement if you want as well, but I really want to see you get those natural source of probiotics, because they'll just be in those lots of the variety of quantities that works in nature and therefore will work in your body more so than going 4 zillion trillion of this particular bacteria, which is, not naturally occurring quantities just go in your body all at once. So you can use a probiotic supplement as well, particularly if they're specific strains. If you've done testing and you don't get specific strains, you need that pretty well. Again, in that whole juvenile epilepsy and behavioral stuff, there is often found missing strains of particular bacteria that are only formed in the body during those juvenile years. So it's interesting studies nonetheless. So during this seed period, you're having lots and lots of these foods. Now, this is a specific time because these fermented foods are mildly acid forming to the body. So we're using them like a medicine in the short-term burst of a couple of weeks to really kickstart the good bacterial growth in the digestive tract. As we get into the feed process, gone through the weed, gone through the seed, get into the feed, we can start to reduce down the fermented foods. It's not to say you can never have them. Some of them are delicious, real spicy kimchi, everyone loves a bit of that, but they're not now concentrated several times a day, every day. And that's where you want to be at. You want to be having like 3 or 4 times a day, reasonably large quantities of things like sauerkraut and kimchi. Once you move into the feed process, this is kind of the rest of your life where you're keeping the sugar and the gluten and the processed food minimized. You're having the odd fermented food, but the quantities of lovely fresh fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and all of that are going to allow your body to keep growing and maintaining the good bacteria and keeping that gut flora balanced ongoing. So that's that protocol. It's a partially delicious protocol.